The Electric State debuts with 10% on Rotten Tomatoes. Now becomes the Russo brothers' lowest rated film. Budget was 320 million doubloons, making it one of the most expensive movies ever. And I just when I saw this was my reaction. They have to just be coming up with literally a random number and just saying that's the... Like, it's not even what they're spending. It must be literally how much did you spend on this movie? $320 million. Yes. $320 million. How do you spend $320 million on a... Let's do some math. Let me open up a calculator. Hold on. Bro, the Google calculator is so bad. Hold on. This is $320 million, right? Is it? It is. So, let's divide it by... where the hell? Let's divide it by 2 hours. So, every minute of this movie is worth $2.6 million. Let's divide that by 60. How do you spend this amount of money on a 2-hour movie and have it flop? So what is the score now? It must have gone up. Like, there's no way it can be at 10%. It's at 22% now. It's gone up. But I haven't even seen I haven't seen Netflix promote this at all. Did they just run out of budget? I haven't seen a trailer for this. I haven't seen a post about this at all. Did they just think Chris Pratt and Millie Brown was going to carry the marketing? Because clearly it didn't work. Because this was my first time even hearing that this is a thing. I'm doing a movie right now. My budget is 69,420. Incredible. Time is money. I mean, I guess. First time I'm hearing about this too. That's the weirdest thing to me. Because I am terminally online. Like, if there is something happening online, I've heard about it. And I've never heard of this movie. First time hearing about it too. Did they literally just assume that Chris Pratt and Millie Brown was going to just completely carry the marketing for this? Because I think so. I think that's what they assumed. I think they just assumed that everyone's gonna be like, oh hey, it's them, and they're gonna watch the movie. $320 million for a movie? What the hell? Who here has heard of this? Good question. I hate how they give trash movies or series such a high budget and the good ones often have low budgets. That's the thing that just completely boggles my mind, right? They gave a... I mean, to be fair, like, there is the whole people don't watch new IPs, right? We constantly talk about wanting a new IP, and there are no new IPs because people don't watch them. But... like, $320 million, don't you think it's a bit risky to just drop 320 mil on a completely new IP? Which, by the way, is going to be a Netflix thing, so you're not even going to recoup that cost directly? Bro, what? You could make, like, 7-8 budget, not even budget, pretty good budget TV series out of this. What the hell? And then we have to worry about budget cuts for, like, Avatar and One Piece. Both series that have a massive audience. I just checked Netflix and to find it, and the first thing I see is the Halo TV show. I don't know. Is it the same as Concord? Why such a big budget and just let it flop? I don't know. I genuinely don't. And the only thing that... how does this not create a massive bubble in the streaming industry? Like, how do you as an investor look at this and are just like, yes, I want Netflix to keep making decisions like this? Tax write-off, but not 320 million. Like, surely, if it's some kind of strategy to, like, write off taxes or laundering money, but not 320 mil. Like, come on. What are people saying about this? The MCU looking at this disaster, remembering they gave these guys their entire future? Yeah, I don't know. 320 mil for a Netflix movie. What are we really doing here? The people are saying the same thing. I'm convinced this is money laundering. I've never even heard of this. What do you even need 320 million? I do not understand how this costs $320 million. I really, really don't. I don't understand how anyone ever greenlit this. I have no idea how anyone could ever think this is a good idea. 320 million, you could make all of Death Note, all of Monster, and all of, what else is like all of Kaiji. What else is a series that people really, really like and it's like super, super low budget? You could make any of these series and have like 200 mil left over. Another Castlevania season? Yes. The reason for the cost is the actors? It must be. It must be just the actors. That's the only thing that makes sense. You can make 50 A24 movies with this? True. Millie wanted 50 million, Chris wanted 125, and Russo brothers wanted 85 each. It just doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't make any sense to me. And like, then we're looking at something like Avatar. This is from Mundo Avatar, right? Possible images from the set of the second season of Avatar: The Last Airbender have leaked on the internet. And I was looking at this and they're finally doing physical sets. Which is, I've talked about this before. I think physical sets are going to be a big W for season 2. Can you imagine if they put 325 mil towards something like this? Is that bossing say? People have been talking about whether or not this is the place where the Beifongs live, whether or not this is bossing say, or something else. I am currently thinking that this might be the place where they meet the Beifongs. Has so much potential, especially in its commentary of how technology in the internet has taken over everyone's mind since the 90s. But it often gets so corny that I couldn't fully get behind it. Can we please talk about I am so... Marvel has done, like, irreparable damage to the film industry. I genuinely think so. Marvel popularized the dumb quips that every single series, every single movie now tries to do, and I absolutely despise it. The fact that dumb pause for a joke, camera zooms in on character, music cuts out, then the character does a quirky little thing, has even bled into something like The Walking Dead, drives me mad. I hate this. It's getting worse and worse. I think so. It's just so corny. I hate it. What are we? Some kind of Suicide Squad? Stop it. Stop it. That's not how people talk. That's not funny. It's not interesting. Stop it. It's so beautifully designed with both its flesh and blood performers and larger world that I defy you to watch more than 5 minutes without wishing that your flat screen was the size of a house. I mean, but if it's just eye candy, who cares? Electric State loses some of the quiet profundity of the original text, but as a breezily watchable retro-futuristic jolly, it has just enough juice. A breezily watchable retro-futuristic jolly that costs $320 million. It was funny the first time I heard it, maybe the second, but after that it just gets annoying and predictable. Yeah, like, the Marvel quip, I think, is one of the worst things that have ever happened to cinema, period. The Electric State proves that even if you have strong source material and excellent visuals, you can't always rise above the stereotypes of generic Netflix blockbusters. You see what I mean? How incredibly based. Underneath it's Samian MCU quipathon dialogue. Every single person thinks this. So why do they keep doing this? I'm not the only one who's constantly talking about the dumb MCU quips. They are so annoying. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if the movie is actually good or what, but like, if this was even like, I don't know if the greatest, let's say they made Lord of the Rings, yeah, let's just take Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings, my favorite trilogy of all time, right? Let's say they made a new one, and somehow, I was completely sucked back in, and it was excellent, but it cost $320 million. I still think $320 million for a movie is an absurd amount of money. I think at that point, you have entered the zone of diminishing returns, and I genuinely don't know if it's even worth it. Even if it is good. It's just an absurd amount of money for one project. But then again, I don't know. Because at the same time, we have so many different things coming out nowadays that, like, maybe it is worth making these big things. So, who knows? This is wild to me, though. Found out Flow was made entirely on Blender. Yes. It was made in Blender, and it had a budget of like $2 million. It's wild what Flow did. Like, if you are in Latvia, you literally couldn't avoid Flow for these past couple of weeks. Every single news network, every single thing that, like, produces documentaries here, every single one put out a Flow episode right as the Oscars were happening. Every single one without exception. Every single news network, the people were wearing Flow t-shirts. We had the whole thing at the Statue of Liberty. I'm trying to switch back to Latvian. Režisors, that's the word. So this is what our Statue of Liberty looked like for these past couple of days. Bro, all these are so low res. Okay, there we go. This right here. He's just chilling there. That's the Statue of Liberty. And he was just chilling there. So this is a very, very big deal. Very, very big deal. And there was like a whole festival welcoming back the directors and everything. Yeah, the rest of this is just politics. I can't find the thing. This is the president welcoming them in the city castle. It's been absolutely unavoidable. Absolutely unavoidable. It's been everywhere.